I go whiskey hunting very often. Honestly, maybe a little too often. I'm pretty sure some of you guys will relate. But one of the benefits of that is that I get to see and have the opportunity to buy a lot of great bottles. But unfortunately, I do have to pass up on some because you just can't buy them all. So I'm going to show you all the bottles I passed up on, that I missed on, and that I purchased in May of 2024. Also, I'm going to give you all the prices and where I found them. So hopefully you guys can find them as well. Okay. Oh yeah. Welcome to Whiskey Bank. My name is David. You know what? Today, let's get straight to the bottles. So first, the sad news, the bottles I passed up on. So the first bottle is going to be, though I passed up on this because it's supposed to be good. It's from a reputable brand, but it's $300 and I have no idea if it's any good. I mean, it's 10 years, 5 months, coming in around 120 proof. And again, $300. So the stats don't match up. It's going to be the rare character Old Cassidy, and I was able to find this at CO Box for $300. I tried to do a quick research. I just couldn't find any information. I don't know where they found it. I don't know if this is a single. I don't think it's a single barrel. It doesn't say it's a single barrel. It's a blend of what? And so for $300, I know rare character has great blends, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great one. But for $300, I have to be absolutely sure it's a great one. And I wasn't so sure, so passed. So next bottle I passed up on, I'm pretty sure actually a lot of you guys passed up on this one as well. It has a great name and it's from a great series, but the price just kept going up and up and up, and now it's at $290. So I think this one actually gives me hope that the whiskey community is now saying enough is enough. There's, there's a price point to everything, and you can't buy everything. It's gonna be the Wild Turkey Master's Keep Voyage, and I found this at Total Wine & More in Tustin. And I think it's still sitting there. I found this like in the middle of May. Just people aren't buying him. I mean, it got mixed reviews. Some people like him, some people hate him, and some people love him. But you gotta really like rum finished whiskeys, and at $209, it's just too expensive. So you guys are doing a great job. If you guys don't like it, just because it has the Master's Keep series, doesn't mean you have to buy it, just like me. And the next bottle I passed up on is because I already have 2 of them, and I don't want to collect all the recipes. So maybe that will give you guys a clue. But this recipe is more the spicier one, and I don't mind spicy, but it's not my preference. My preference more the fruit sweetness or the chocolate, coffee, bitterness, sweetness kind of thing, or obviously just caramel vanilla sweetness. And so it's going to be the Four Roses single barrel strength, coming in at $100 at Great Press 2 in Mission Viejo. And this is the OESK recipe, coming in at 9 years and 4 months. I have 2 other ones that I really wanted, and this recipe, I just don't like spicy, and so I didn't want to spend another $100 to find out. I was going to spend $100 to find out if I like this recipe. I would actually just get the tasting kit. I think some around here are selling it for about $100, $110. So I guess that would be a better route to go, just because I never had the OESK and I'm pretty sure it's good. But there's so many good bottles out there right now at that price. I passed. And the next bottle I passed up on, I'm a fan of the blender. I wish he would do a great job and succeed. But just because I'm a fan doesn't mean I'm going to buy everything from that company. Actually, I bought very little from that company so far. Maybe this is going to give you guys a clue. But it's going to be the 2XO Kiowa blend, coming out at $100. And I believe this one was at Total Wine & More at Laguna Hills. 2XO, the Icon series, the Innkeepers, Phoenix, Tribute, and now the Kiowa blend, all coming around $100. It's not even barrel proof. I believe this one's 108 proof. No, 104 proof. So it's 104 proof, and it's double oaked. So I don't know why there's that extra cost, but again, the reviews are hit and miss. I like their American oak, coming out at $45. And I know it's like 90 something proof, but that one's a good sipper for 45, maybe 50 bucks. But to double the price, not coming in at cash strength and getting, okay reviews, just not for me. Hopefully the next series, or even maybe later on in the year or even next year, Dex and Didman will kind of step up their game. The next bottle I passed up on, I don't like low proofs. I mean, especially anything under 90 proof bourbons, that's not named Michter's. The only exception would be Michter's because they're low barrel entry proof. I think their lower proofs are actually fantastic. But other than that, I have passed up on, and this is no exception. It's gonna be the Evan Williams single barrel coming in at $30 at Total Wine & More in Tustin. Comes in at 86.6 proof. It's a single barrel. That's great. I know it was a Kentucky exclusive. It came back. People, really got excited, but 86.6 proof. Most likely I'm not gonna like it, or if I like it, it's gonna be okay. And I have plenty of other sippers. So the next bottle I passed up on, this bottle actually got famous because of its cousin. And it's low proof and a Canadian whiskey. So it's gonna be the Caribou Crossing single barrel coming in $56 at Total Wine & More in Newport Beach. 80 proof Canadian whiskey? Pass. I mean, come on. I know it got popular because it's the Blanton's of Canada, or Canada's Blanton's, right? Because, it's from Sazerac and it looks like it. The blue wax is all great, but I like Canadian whiskey to a certain extent, especially their cask strength, their barrel proof ones, but 80 proof, come on. Can't be that good. And the reviews tell me that it's not that good, so pass. And the next bottle I passed up on, so many bottles I passed up on. But I guess that's a good thing. That means I'm actually seeing it. I had the opportunity to buy it. So hopefully a lot of you guys will also have the opportunity to buy these, or if you guys really wanted it, bought one of these. But this one I passed because the price increase on this is just ridiculous. I believe it was under $100 just a couple of years ago, and now it's above $200. And I'm not really a fan of peated or smoky whiskeys. It'll be the Hakusu 12-year-old coming at $205. This one at Total Wine & More in Tustin. Japanese whiskeys, I'm trying to get into single malts and Japanese whiskeys and scotch and all that good stuff, but I still haven't been able to get around peated or smoky ones. And it's 12-year-old and it's $205 plus tax. So that's no. So that's a simple no. It used to be less than $100 like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or something like that, I think. So you know what? Pass up on it and I'll enjoy something else. If you're enjoying this content, please push that like button. It really helps me out. Also, I want to thank my YouTube members for supporting me. Thank you so much. Also, I am going to start a Patreon. So if you click on the link below, it's going to give you all the perks. I'm going to announce on the YouTube community post some great giveaways to kind of kickstart it. And, I'm going to do some monthly giveaways, quarterly giveaways, all that good stuff. So again, click on the link. Oh, and my existing YouTube members, don't worry. You're going to be grandfathered into some awesome perks. The next two are actually going to be bundles that are great bundles, actually. But I just didn't want the other bottles because I have too many bottles. So the first one's going to be the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof Bundle coming in at $300. I believe it came with a Buffalo Trace and a Travelers. And then the next bundle is the Blanton Straight from the Barrel Bundle, both at Natty's Liquor Store in Costa Mesa. Again, reasonable bundles. Maybe not a great bundle, but at least they're reasonable, right? But, luckily I found the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof Batch 11, a month or two ago. And so even though this was a batch 12, I didn't think I wanted to spend $300. Even though I get some, two decent bottles. Obviously, I don't like Travelers. And, I just, talk crap about low proof Canadian whiskeys. So Travelers out the window. Even though, Buffalo Trace is great, I don't want to buy another one. I don't want to be forced to buy another one. And so that's an easy pass. And then same thing with Blanton's Straight from the Barrel. I want one. I had a couple of pours. I never had a bottle, so I really wanted it. But at the end of the day, I don't need the other 4 bottles. And so I'll just wish and hope that I'll find it for retail for about $200 sometime. But you know what? If I don't, then I don't. So I passed. Last bottle I passed up on. Oh man, this is getting kind of sad. So many bottles I passed up on. So many great bottles. But this one, I promised myself after the last batch that unless it gets great reviews, just not gonna buy another batch because I already have a couple and you know what? They're pretty similar. It's gonna be the Booker's Springfield batch. The first one is 2024, coming in at $80 at high proof up in Fullerton. Great price, but the reviews were mixed. Some say it's good, some say it's not so great. And I don't think it's that much better or worse than the Storyteller's batch or any of the other batches I have. And so, you know what? I'll just wait for the next one. Hopefully that one's a little better. And I believe there's a special edition Booker's coming out this year, so I'll wait for that. Also, because of the price, it did sell out pretty quickly. So hopefully that karma, you know, of passing it up and having somebody else that will enjoy it, get their bottle, will get me a nice bottle this month or maybe the next month. And the next two bottles are gonna be the ones I actually missed on, as in I was just too slow. So the first one is gonna be the Russell's Reserve 13-year-old bundle. Comes with the Russell's Reserve single barrel rye and a 10-year-old coming in at $260 up in high proof in Fullerton. That's a really reasonable bundle. If you think about it, the rye and the 10-year-old is about $100. So you're looking at $160 Russell's Reserve 13, which is basically MSRP. And it came out last year, so you're looking at something that you can't get anymore at that price. And so I tried to jump on it. I believe I saw the Instagram post, but I was at work, so I couldn't click on it for about 20 minutes. And obviously I was too late. So that one sold out. The next one, actually this one is again at high proof up in Fullerton. So they're killing it. So if you guys are near that area up in Fullerton, you need to visit high proof. Anyways, it's going to be the Michter's 10-year-old bourbon bundle. Comes with 3 Michters of your choice for $290. 3 Michters is about, let's just say $110. So you're getting the 10-year-old Michter's bourbon around $180. That's either at or below MSRP. And that is a fantastic deal. And obviously last year's was fantastic. I mean, at least I heard it's fantastic. And so like I never had a bottle. And so it's one of those things I really wanted it for this year, to not only make a video, but have a bottle for myself. But I missed it. I was again too slow. They post around noon or 1 or 2. I forgot exactly time, but I'm working. So again, I believe I was about 10 to 20 minutes late and gone. So hopefully there's a next time, but if not, on to the next bottle. All right, guys, enough of the sad news. Let's get to the good news and the bottles I actually purchased. And I'll be honest with you, this list is good enough where it washed away all the pain from the bottles I missed and even the bottles I passed up on. The first one's gonna be Pax Bill Rye, coming at $37, again, at high proof up in Fullerton. They have some great prices. It feels like an advertising for them. Jeez, maybe I should, anyways, whatever. Great rye. I wanted a sweet rye. I know I didn't have this. I ran out a couple of months ago and I kept on saying I'm gonna replace it. I saw it, $37. I was like, you know what? I really want it. So I bought it. So the next one, I also bought it because I love it and I ran out of it a couple of months ago and I meant to replace it, but it was at a price that I just couldn't refuse. It's going to be the Jack Daniel's Bonded, the 1 liter, coming in at $25 and Total Wine and More at Laguna Hills. So it's kind of funny because their 750 milliliters, I believe, is like 28, 29, $30 or something like that. And then I saw the 1 liter next to it at $25. I actually thought it was a mistake. I thought they just, changed places. But I looked at the tag and no, the 1 liter is actually cheaper. And it's bigger and it's bolder. I guess I'm hoping it's better. Probably not. It's probably the same, but still. So you know what? $25, 1 liter, Jack Bonded. Couldn't pass up on. So the next bottle, I actually am really thankful because they're the second company or brand to ever send me anything, and the first one to ever send me a bottle. Actually, they sent me bottles now, so they're just fantastic, and I actually really like their stuff, and so that's always better. It's going to be Barrel Cast Finishing Series, and this is the Mizunara cast coming in, well, free, I guess, because they sent it to me as a gift, but $75 to $80 depending on your area. And this is from Barrel. Again, thank you so much, Barrel Craft Spirits. I mean, I'm hearing some troubling news, but from all the research I could do, I'm hearing that it's more to be structured and be planned than it is because you guys are, in a lot of trouble. And so hopefully you guys will still, put out some great whiskeys, because I absolutely like barrel stuff. It's, I always say this, I'm not really a finished bourbon or whiskey guy. I don't like a lot of them, but Seagrass, Vantage, Dovetail, they're great ones. And so if they're making me into a finished bourbon guy, trust me, they're doing something right. But either way, I'm gonna do a review of this, and trust me, I am gonna tell the truth, because my reputation, my face is not worth a bottle or two or three. It's worth a lot more than that. I don't want to put a price on it, but what I'm saying is, if Barrel or any other company wants to send me something and I absolutely need a great review, do not send me anything. Because what it is I'm gonna taste it, and if I do a review of it, I'm gonna tell you guys absolutely the truth, because my rep is all I got. So the next bottle, I already did a review on it, so I'll make this quick. It's going to be Knob Creek 10-year-old rye. Came on at $65 up in Total Wine and More in Brea. I was walking down the aisle, I saw Knob Creek, I saw the 10-year-old. I was like, did they come with 10-year-old bourbon? And I saw the rye, and I was like, what the hell? It's awesome. And so I just bought it because it's Knob Creek, it's 10 years old. So what do I think of it? Watch the review after this video. I passed up on all those bottles in the beginning because I actually bought these 3 bottles. They're pretty expensive bottles. And I know people have different philosophies on, price and their max, but hey, everyone's a little different. This one, I love this brand, and I don't have this type. And it's one of those bottles where I just, I saw it 2 or 3 times, and you know what? I just couldn't pass it up a 4th time. It's going to be the Old Carter Straight Bourbon Whiskey, batch number 15. I got this for $230 in Great Press 2 in Mission Viejo. Honestly, I had a pour of their bourbons because I got some samples from a great subscriber, and I absolutely loved it. And I'd never had a bottle. So I got the American, I have the rye, but no bourbon. So obviously, what did I do? I went there and they had it. And I passed up on it. I was like I think they had 1 bottle left, and I was hoping somebody bought it. Come back the next week, it was still there. I was like, man, I even told her, I said, if it's here again next week, I'm probably gonna buy it. And what do you know? When they come back the next week, they still have it. So I was like, you know what? Never had it. I saved up. I passed up on all these bottles. And so I saved money, which doesn't make any sense because I didn't save anything. But you know what? You try to rationalize crap in your brain and, buying these expensive bottles. And you know what? I did. And no regrets, because I'm pretty sure Old Carter is going to be delicious. It's going to be great. It's going to be worth $230. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure for most of you, no whiskey is worth $230. And I understand that. But for me, it could be. I know their American Whiskey Batch 12 was because of my Whiskey of the Year last year. So if it's just as good or even better, then I would have no regrets. So the next bottle, I believe that is from all the good karma from passing up all those good bottles, and the karma that I got from the people that actually got it, that really wanted it, gave me the aura, the strength to find this one. It's going to be E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof batch number 12. I got this for $133 at Everson's Bonds and Pavilions. If you guys saw any of my previous whiskey videos, I can't say exactly which one because they don't want me to. And so it is an Everson's Bonds or Pavilions here in Orange County. But either way, I went in, I asked if they had anything great. They said they had the E.H. Taylor. I was like, okay, that's great. And they're like, oh, it's a different color. I was like, different color? And they're like, yeah, it's kind of greenish. I was like, oh. And then I had the batch 11. So I was hoping that it was a batch 12. And it was the batch 12. So I couldn't thank the person enough. But yeah, this is awesome. This is fantastic. This is great. Again, so from all the karma from all the bottles I passed up on, probably not, but I like to believe so. So you know what? If you guys don't want it, if you guys are not going to drink it, pass up on it because maybe all that good karma will get you something you do want to drink. The last bottle I got is one that I passed up on several times because it's very expensive, but it's universally one of the best whiskeys of 2023. I know it's almost on everybody's top 5, most people's top 3, and some people's best whiskey of the year. And it just got me so curious because even though it's expensive, it has to be really, really good, right? And a lot of people call it VTEC level, Buffalo Trace Antique Collection level. And so I'm like, oh, you know what? You pass up on it, and you see it for the 3rd, 4th time. Sometimes I can't pass up on it no more. And great thing was there was a price match, so I was able to save a couple of bucks, which kind of pushed me over the edge. It's going to be Russell's Reserve Single Rickhouse Camp Nelson F, coming in at $350 at Total Wine and More in Brea. So basically, it was actually $380 over there, but High Proof at the same time had it for $350. So Total Wine and More matches it as long as it's in stock, and it's a brick and mortar store that advertises it within their general area. And because Fullerton was in their general area, I showed them the website and said, hey, they're selling it for $350. It's in stock. So can you guys price match? They said yes. I really want this, and so I got it. Is any whiskey worth $350? Probably not, especially if you're just going to drink it by yourself. But I know this one I share with my loved ones, friends that love whiskey, and that experience alone is going to be a lot of fun and probably make that $350 worthwhile. It's like going out with family. If you go out with family of 4 or family of 6, with your parents, anything like that to a great restaurant, you're going to spend probably about $400 to $600 depending on where you go and how many people go. But the atmosphere, the experience, the food, the camaraderie, just the fun that you guys have and the memories that you make, probably worth that money. And I just think of that like that in a whiskey form. I'm going to have several pours with friends, loved ones, and it's just that time that we have talking about whatever we talk about with this great whiskey makes this bottle worth it. And I think that's where whiskey and the price kind of comes in the specialness or the uniqueness of this whiskey. So let me know in the comments, what did you pass up on? What did you buy in May? Also, if there's anything that interests you or you want me to review, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.